我是王德顺，地地道道的沈阳人。
Have you seen an old man with the body of a young man before? You are about to be shocked with the story of Dishun Wang. In China, once men reach the age of 50 or even 60, they get called grandpa. Sometimes it doesn't matter if they have grandchildren. But this is not the case with Wang, who refused to bend to societal expectations. Instead of being called grandpa, he switched up a notch to earn the title, China's hottest grandpa. So what did this man do to get this acclaim? In this video, we will examine the inspiring story of Dishun Wang, who turned his life around when men half his age would have given up on themselves. The viral moment. Wang Dishun's life took a beautiful turn at the age of 79 when he made a stunning runway debut at China's Fashion Week. It was not just any random appearance. It was a shirtless walk down the runway that showed the attendees his muscular physique, which he had worked on over the years. This was no accident. He had been preparing for that moment long ago by sculpting his body through years of dedication to fitness and self-discipline. On that day in 2015, he wore nothing more than an open coat and a confident expression, and without gainsaying, Wang captivated the audience. Strange, right? A 79-year-old on the runway. This unexpected debut shattered conventional ideas of aging. Wang's energy and commanding presence on the runway left everyone in awe. He was no ordinary model. He made vitality something to crave for. He proved that age is merely a number. A spectator was quoted in the New York Times. It was like watching a piece of art in motion. His runway performance quickly became the highlight of the event, with images and videos of his walk spreading like wildfire. Almost overnight, Wang Dishun became a global sensation, with major media outlets such as The Guardian, British Broadcasting Corporation, and the New York Times featuring his story. They hailed him as China's hottest grandpa. Social media platforms exploded with admiration for his fitness and charisma. However, it didn't end there. A viral hashtag celebrating his achievement gained millions of views, and Wang's pictures were shared across platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Journalists were not left out of this frenzy. They praised Wang for redefining what it means to age gracefully. The British Broadcasting Corporation called him a fitness inspiration for all generations, and China Daily described him as a trailblazer in breaking stereotypes about aging in China. In interviews, Wang shared the philosophy behind his extraordinary transformation. He said in an interview with The Guardian, "The human body is like a piece of machinery. It needs regular maintenance to function at its best." He credited his appearance and vitality to years of consistent exercise, a balanced diet, and an unwavering commitment to self-improvement. Surprisingly, the public's response to Wang's viral moment was not only positive, it was also overwhelming. Perhaps in other countries, Wang would be berated for appearing on a fashion show instead of telling stories to his grandchildren at home. Many people, especially older individuals, found his story inspiring. He became an inspirational muse and hope for those who believed they were too old to pursue their dreams or make meaningful life changes. Comments on social media praised his dedication and resilience, with users calling him a national treasure and living proof that age doesn't define limits. In China, where traditional views of aging often emphasize slowing down and retirement, Wang's bold move challenged societal norms. His story encouraged many to rethink their perceptions of aging and embrace the idea that it's never too late to pursue one's passions. However, like every other viral moment, Wang's sudden fame also sparked some criticism. Skeptics argued that his fitness and lifestyle were unrealistic for the average elderly person. A critic in the South China Morning Post said, "Not everyone has the resources, time, or health to maintain such a regimen." Others questioned whether Wang's viral fame would have lasting significance, or if it was simply a fleeting moment. Critics debated whether his story should be celebrated as a unique achievement or seen as a distraction from more systemic issues related to aging, such as elder care and health inequalities. Despite the mixed reactions, Wang Dishun remained unapologetic about his choices. Of course, he owed no one any explanation for being strong and agile at that age. For him, the viral moment was about his appearance and the message he wanted to share. During an interview with Time magazine, he said, "It's never too late to start living the life you want," but he wasn't done. He emphasized that his runway debut was the accumulation of years of personal growth, perseverance, and a willingness to step outside his comfort zone. Wang's rise to fame also triggered conversations about aging, fitness, and the societal expectations placed on older generations. His story encouraged younger audiences to look beyond stereotypes, while older individuals found inspiration in his defiance of traditional roles. Wang Deshun's viral moment was not just a personal milestone, it became a cultural phenomenon. It redefined what it means to age in a society often obsessed with youthfulness. While some criticized the practicality of his lifestyle, many saw his story as a reminder that personal reinvention is always possible, regardless of age. As The Guardian put it, Wang Deshun didn't just walk the runway, he walked into the hearts of millions, proving that life after 70 can be as vibrant and fulfilling as ever. Now, before we go further, let's look into Wang's early life. Are there interesting things about how he grew up that might have influenced his fitness? Let's find out. Early life and background. Wang Deshun was born in 1936 in Shenyang, a city in Liaoning province in northeast China. Like most folks his age, his birth came during a turbulent time in Chinese history. It was a period filled with political instability and widespread poverty. Growing up in a relatively modest family, Wang experienced many challenges as his family was only trying to get by with their meager resources, and the cost of living in the country was nothing to write home about. Shenyang, at the time, was known for its industrial weight. Consequently, it was an important part of Wang's formative years. His family placed a strong emphasis on hard work and perseverance. Though little is known about his parents, their influence must have played a huge role in building Wang's sense of discipline that served him throughout his life. He grew up around when China was just finding its feet and not as developed as it is now. In interviews, Wang has spoken about the challenges of growing up during this era, including limited opportunities and the need to help support his family at a young age. He often credits these experiences for shaping his strong character and teaching him the value of patience. As a young man, Wang struggled to find a stable career. Like many of his peers in post-war China, he worked odd jobs to make ends meet. However, these tough times did not get in the way of his optimism. After a while, he developed a deep interest in the arts. Theater and performance fascinated him, and before long, he started seeking ways to express himself creatively. In his 20s, Wang began exploring pantomime, a form of performance art that involves storytelling through body movements and facial expressions without the use of speech. This uncommon art form resonated with him. He dedicated himself to learning its nuances. Not only did his passion for pantomime give him a creative outlet, but it also set the foundation for his future in the arts. Despite his love for performance, Wang's early career was fraught with struggles. It wasn't like today that a few performances on Instagram would land you a gig. Back then, opportunities were scarce, and societal norms of the time did not always encourage unconventional career paths. In all of this, he refused to be discouraged. Eventually, his willingness to take risks led him to establish a pantomime troupe in the 1980s. This provided him a platform to express his artistic ambitions. During his early adulthood, Wang married and started a family. His role as a husband and father further gave him a sense of purpose. Do you know what they say about how a man can do anything or risk it all for his family? This was the case of Wang. With the new dimensions to his life, he strived to balance personal responsibilities with his creative pursuits. In interviews, he has talked about the challenges of providing for his family while pursuing his passion for the arts. In another interview, he described his family as supportive of his endeavors, even during financial difficulties. Wang's wife, in particular, played an important role in supporting his dreams and encouraging him to follow his passions. Together, they dealt with the ups and downs of life by building a foundation of mutual respect and understanding. As a father, Wang sought to teach his children the same values of hard work that he had learned from his upbringing. Career before fame. As beautiful as Rome is, it was not built in a day. The same thing goes for Wang. While he is being sought after by many brands and big wigs for big gigs today, he started somewhere. When Wang started pantomime, he was not widely recognized or appreciated in the country. This made his efforts remarkable, as he did not give up when the going became tough. He pioneered this art form in China and introduced audiences to a new way of experiencing theater. His performances were characterized by their emotional depth, physical precision, and creative storytelling, which earned him respect among a niche audience of art enthusiasts. More than pantomime, Wang Deshun was deeply invested in exploring the broader form of performance art. He viewed the body as a canvas for creative expression where he could experiment with movements, costumes, and visual effects to captivate his audience. All these moves eventually paid off because Wang's innovative approach set him apart from his peers, who were also trying out something new at the time. In addition to his work in the theater, Wang contributed to cultural and artistic movements in China during a time of significant change. The 1980s and 1990s were transformative decades for the country. His art was not just about entertainment. It was a form of self-expression that challenged societal norms. Wang often said that his performances were a product of his life experiences, as it blended elements of struggle, perseverance, and joy. He believed that art could connect people on a deeply human level, transcending language and cultural barriers. Despite his passion and dedication, Wang Deshun spent decades working in relative obscurity. By relative obscurity, it meant no one knew him, and if he weren't into it for passion, he would have quit long before fame came knocking. Pantomime was a niche art form, and more mainstream pursuits like cinema and traditional theater dominated China's entertainment industry. As a result, Wang often performed for small audiences as he struggled to gain the recognition he deserved. Despite the successes, the road to fame wasn't a smooth ride. Like everyone else, he faced challenges earlier in his career. During this period, Wang faced numerous problems. Financial instability was a constant concern, as the limited appeal of pantomime made it difficult to sustain a stable income. Moreover, societal expectations often clashed with Wang's artistic aspirations. Many people viewed his work as unconventional or impractical, which added to the pressure to conform to more traditional career paths. Did Wang give up? You know the answer already. He remained resolute in believing that art was his calling and continued to create despite the odds. His determination was helped by his love for performance and desire to share his unique perspective with the world. Many times, Wang has thought back on those trying times, and he referred to them as a test of his commitment. In an interview with The Guardian, he said, "I've always believed that if you love something, you have to stick with it." While Wang Deshun's career before fame was full of struggles and setbacks, it was also a period of profound growth and self-discovery. His work as a theatrical actor and performance artist shaped his identity, allowing him to develop a unique voice that later captivated audiences worldwide. His contributions to the arts during this time were significant, even if they were not widely recognized. In all, he did a good job paving the way for future generations of artists in China. Life after the spotlight. Sometimes, when people go viral, they only last a few days or weeks. These types of sensations are usually called flavor of the week, but that was not the case with Wang. After his viral moment on the China Fashion Week runway, his career in fashion and media flourished. Modeling agencies and brands saw his special appeal, and he quickly became a sought-after figure in the industry. Wang starred in several high-profile campaigns where he modeled for fitness and lifestyle brands that wanted to show his remarkable energy and physical fitness. His collaborations included advertisements for sportswear companies and health-focused products, leveraging his reputation as a symbol of vitality. Media outlets like the South China Morning Post praised his ability to command attention in an industry dominated by youth. They described him as a game changer in redefining beauty standards in China. Wang's influence extended beyond fashion. He appeared in television interviews and documentaries, where he discussed his late-blooming career and the philosophy that guided him. As a performer at heart, he also took on roles in experimental art projects, combining his theater background with his newfound modeling fame. Wang's rise to fame also inspired older generations across China and beyond. In interviews, he often emphasized that his success was not accidental, but resulted from years of perseverance, self-discipline, and a refusal to give in to societal expectations about aging. In a speech in Beijing, he was quoted as saying, "You're never too old to set a new goal or dream a new dream." In truth, this is a much-needed message, not only for the elderly, but for people of all ages who may think they can no longer switch careers because they have spent too much resources on one. His story triggered a wave of enthusiasm among elderly individuals who had previously felt sidelined by ageist attitudes. Local gyms reported an increase in senior memberships, with many citing Wang as their motivation to take charge of their health. A 70-year-old woman from Shanghai shared her story in China Daily, saying, "I saw Wang Deshun and thought, if he can do it, so can I. Now I go to the gym 3 times a week and feel healthier than ever." Wang also inspired people to pursue long-neglected hobbies and ambitions. Before long, stories of retirees taking up painting, dance, and even martial arts surfaced online. What Wang started for himself had become a wildfire spreading to every corner. When it came to fitness, especially after the fame, Wang followed a disciplined daily routine that balanced strength training, flexibility exercises, and mindfulness. His regimen included weightlifting, yoga, and tai chi to practices to build both his physical endurance and mental clarity. Wang once explained in an interview with Time magazine, "I treat my body like a machine. If you don't maintain it, it will rust. But if you take care of it, it will serve you well for a long time." He also emphasized the importance of diet in maintaining his physique. Wang followed a balanced eating plan that focused on whole, nutrient-rich foods. He avoided processed foods and limited his intake of sugar and alcohol. Yes, some people believe it's somewhat impossible to do without sugar. Well, maybe that is true. Wang was able to completely ditch unhealthy foods and replace them with fresh vegetables, lean proteins, and green tea to fuel his active lifestyle. Beyond physical fitness, he never stopped talking about the mental aspects of aging well. He practiced meditation regularly and often spoke about the importance of curiosity and openness to new experiences. He once said in an interview with The Guardian, "A youthful mindset is needed to nourish the body when old age creeps in." The pressure that came with the criticisms. When Wang Deshun's fame started rising as China's hottest grandpa, people felt a mix of emotions. Some were happy at what an old man was doing with his life. On the other hand, some people were quite judgmental as they dished out criticism of different types and degrees. This brought significant pressure to maintain the image that captivated the world. Following his viral runway debut in 2015, there was a growing expectation for Wang to consistently showcase the same level of fitness and charisma that first caught the public's eye. In an interview with China Daily, Wang admitted that while he enjoyed the attention, the pressure to maintain his title could be overwhelming at times. "People expect me to always look like the man they saw on the runway, but I'm human. I age, I have good and bad days, just like anyone else." Another aspect that proved challenging was balancing fame with privacy. Wang cherished his family life and valued moments of peace, but the constant media attention often made it difficult. Paparazzi and fans frequently sought glimpses of his private life, forcing him to be selective about public appearances. He once shared with The Guardian, "It's hard to balance being a public figure and keeping something for yourself." Wang's fame also brought up debates about societal values and double standards. Critics questioned whether his story would have gained as much traction if he hadn't possessed striking physical attributes. Many argued that the media focused too heavily on his looks, rather than the deeper aspects of his character or life journey. A columnist for the New York Times dwelled on this issue and wrote, "While Wang Deshun's confidence and achievements are commendable, the fact remains that our society still prioritizes physical appearance over other qualities, even when it comes to redefining aging." Furthermore, some accused the media of ageism, pointing out that older individuals in other professions, like scientists, educators, or caregivers, rarely receive the same level of recognition. A piece in the South China Morning Post questioned, "Why is an elderly model celebrated for his physique, while other seniors contributing to society in meaningful ways are overlooked?" Another significant critique of Wang's narrative was its emphasis on physical appearance as the primary measure of success in old age. While Wang promoted fitness and self-care, detractors argued that the obsession with his body detracted from broader conversations about aging gracefully. A professor of sociology in Time magazine said, "It's inspiring to see someone his age break stereotypes. However, we must move beyond aesthetics and discuss mental health, financial stability, and social inclusion for the elderly." Wang himself addressed this criticism in a candid interview and submitted, "I never said everyone has to look like me," he explained. "It's not about muscles or being on a runway. It's about finding your passion and staying active, whatever that means for you." Despite his remarkable fitness, Wang has been transparent about the challenges of aging. He has spoken openly about his physical limitations, even with his rigorous fitness routine. "Aging is inevitable," he said in an interview with British Broadcasting Corporation. You can delay it, but you can't stop it. There are days when my knees ache or I feel tired, no matter how much I exercise. Wang also talked about the importance of listening to one's body. He shared that his workouts had to be adapted over the years to accommodate changing energy levels and prevent injuries. "I've learned to pace myself," he said. "Fitness isn't about pushing beyond your limits. It's about knowing your limits and working within them." Deshun Wang today. At 88 years old, Wang remains active in the public eye and committed to his message that age is no barrier to pursuing dreams and embracing life fully. Over the years, he has collaborated with global companies such as Reebok, L'Oreal, and Huawei by appearing in advertisements that preach resilience and timeless beauty. In an interview with The Guardian, Wang talked about his fashion journey. "The runway was just the beginning. It gave me a platform to show people that life doesn't end at 50, 60, or even 80. It can be a new chapter." His ongoing modeling work includes editorial features in Chinese magazines such as Harper's Bazaar China and Vogue China, where he continues to use his striking physique and confidence to inspire both young and old. While Wang continues to enjoy his fame, he has shifted his focus to sharing his life philosophy. His speeches at events and appearances in documentaries mostly touch on resilience, self-discovery, and the value of challenging societal norms. Wang told China Daily, "I don't want people to just see my muscles. I want them to see the message I am trying to convey. It's never too late to start, and it's never too late to live." He enjoys spending time at his home in Beijing, where he enjoys painting, writing, and reading. These creative outlets provide him with relaxation and help him continue to express his artistic vision. Time magazine wrote, "Wang Deshun's impact goes beyond the runway. He represents the possibility of transformation and self-expression, no matter your stage in life." In an interview with British Broadcasting Corporation, Wang said, "Life is like a performance. You decide how you want your stage to look, no matter how old you are. The most important thing is to keep moving forward." At 88 years old, Wang Deshun continues to defy expectations and inspire people worldwide. In 2024, he returned to the spotlight at Shanghai Fashion Week to again prove that age is just a number. With his signature confidence, toned physique, and youthful energy, Wang dominated the runway. Perhaps people forgot how he took the world by storm 9 years ago. The recent walkway endeavor reminded the world why he earned the title of China's hottest grandpa. For Wang, every moment on the runway is an opportunity to show that life doesn't slow down unless you let it. His performance again captivated the audience, and photos of his appearance went viral on social media. This time, it wasn't as shocking as the first time in 2015. Instead, people were motivated as Wang, as old as he is, could still pull off his magic on the runway. Wang's preparation for the show was no less rigorous than before. He continues his daily workout routine, staying in shape for 3 hours daily. His regimen includes swimming, weightlifting, and exercises to maintain his flexibility and stamina. Wang has always believed that keeping both the body and mind active is the secret to aging well. Beyond modeling, Wang remains a source of inspiration for older generations. He often participates in interviews and gives talks about healthy living, chasing dreams, and finding purpose at any age. His philosophy of age might change your body, but it doesn't have to change your spirit. Will continue to resonate deeply with people. What do you think of Wang Deshun, China's hottest grandpa? Does his story inspire you, or do you think he is doing too much and should have retired? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. You can also click the links on your screen for more videos.